pat your little nose and keep going.
Hey y'all, hey, welcome to Business Mindset with SheABOS. I'm your girl, Angela Boss, Assured Business Office Services. I'm going live today. Normally I was pre-recording, and then playing it back, but I couldn't wait to post this because this is part two of the performer Terrell T-Rex Simon. So I wanted y'all to get it when I get it. Got it. Because we had so much fun in part one a couple of weeks ago. And we said at that very moment, it's like, oh, we have to do a part two because this was not enough time. It is so much more to go into. He, discussed the fundamentals of being an artist, being a performer, how you get into the business, the finance of the business, the rigorous schedules, and the people that you have to work with in the business. So you have to watch part one because we're not going to go in deep and go back to revisit that because we have some new stuff to talk about that we didn't even get into. So let me introduce Terrell T Rex Simon. Hey,
We here. Look,
we did it.
you see I'm tatted up, right? Look at this.
Right,
Tat,
right.
tat, tat. You
Tat,
can
tat,
love
tat,
God. You
tat.
can love God and be tatted.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can love God and do a lot of things, you
Ain't that the
know,
truth?
that people want to frown their nose up at, but that's
Hmm.
the very way to get, people to come into God's good grace is to
Hmm.
bring them and meet them where they are and not, just stay in the church.
His love is unconditional.
Unconditional with all of us, for all of us.
Yep. Yep. How are
Perfect.
you? I'm
I
happy to
am
be
doing
back.
so
I'm gonna
good.
tell you this. This is the first time I
Okay.
did an interview where I actually am doing a part two
Oh, I feel
because
honored.
we had it's so good. We just had to keep this going. Like,
We do. I mean, because there's so much in the business aspect of being a performer, of being an artist that we still have to talk about. So
yeah,
again, this is part two. People, please go back and listen to part one because we had so much fun. He dropped so much knowledge from his 20 years of doing this thing. You just posted on
yeah. Isn't
on
that
your social media. You've been doing this thing for 20 years. You
can,
only look 18.
can you believe it?
That's
Wow,
awesome.
20 years.
20. And you still love it. And that's a blessing in and of itself, Rex, for real. Like that's
I'm
that's
still
a blessing that you still love what you do.
I'm still loving it, and I'm still relevant. I'm still moving around.
Yeah.
I'm still
Yeah.
God is
And,
good.
and moving around, where are you right now? You're not even home. You're not even in
Yeah, I'm
Harlem.
in Atlanta in my cousin bedroom. This beautiful
Okay.
bedroom.
Don't
She
show the
gonna say
baby
you was in my
bedroom.
bedroom. She at
Right.
college. Listen.
Don't show the baby bedroom. And you're in Atlanta
Mhm.
because why are you in Atlanta?
I'm in Atlanta not for show reasons this time.
Oh, okay.
You know,
But you're always moving.
yeah,
But this moment you are finally relaxing, and that's a good thing.
yeah, but I'm here on a mission. But
Okay.
we performers, and I don't know if people understand like there's a family life like regular people as well, and
Mhm.
we have
Mhm.
family issues, and we have aunts and
Mhm.
uncles. We have crazy aunts, we have crazy uncles, we have crazy little cousins. We have people that we have to minister to. Like we have so with me because I love my family so much. I try to keep a balance.
Yeah.
So I'm very family orientated.
Oriented.
And no
Good.
matter how much music or television, no matter what that is, I'm very close with my family.
And that
So,
that's important, like, because you have to have a balance in all that
mhm,
you do, right? In
mhm,
whatever business, whatever work that you do, there's always have to be what they call a work-life balance.
yep,
So
yep,
that's important to
mhm,
emphasize that you
mhm,
you have to take the time out
Yep.
for family.
And family
Hmm.
when will be there for you.
Yeah.
The industry, you can get caught up in that and
Hmm.
not pay attention to your family. And then when the industry drop you, your family will be right there
Hmm.
to pick you back up. So
Hmm.
I really just value like my family and just making sure that, I don't get so big and caught up into what I'm doing that I don't appreciate and take time out to be with my family when they need me to be there. So
That's great. That's
mhm,
great. That's great. Okay, so we're going to talk about a couple of things that we didn't have time to talk about
yeah,
in part one. So I left off and I was like rattling my brain because I'm sorry, Terrell T. Rex Simon created a genre.
yes,
Okay. That genre is called rhythm and gospel.
yeah.
RNG. Like you
Yeah.
created your own genre. Who does that? Talk about why. Why did you feel the need to have to create your own genre?
I'm gonna tell you, and honestly, I don't even know because I'm so down there, so humble guy. I don't
Mhm.
really even know how big this is, but this is
It's
big
huge. It's
to
huge.
to create a whole nother lane in this music world that people love and are excited about. Like it's just crazy. I created this genre because and like if you go back to part one, you hear us briefly talk about it.
Mhm.
I grew up in a really and grandma, I love you. I love all my older people. So, when I tell these stories, I'm not like bashing them.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
but I grew up in a very church traditional household.
Okay.
And my surroundings were that. And we grew up thinking that singing R&B music was gonna put us in hell.
Mhm. Mhm. Because that's what they say. It's secular music.
Yeah. It's the world. You going
You
out to
can't
that
even
world, the secular.
listen.
And I was just like, my whole life growing up, I used to sing around the house, but I was scared to like
Mhm.
sing R&B music because I was in the church and I was like, they're gonna throw me away. They're gonna say I'm the devil.
Oh,
I'm going to hell. Nobody's gonna love me.
yeah.
God ain't pleased. Da 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 da. And being in the music business and going through what I was going through, when it came time for me to do my own music, I didn't want to do gospel
Mhm.
and I didn't want to do R&B. I didn't want to be put in a box. And I was just praying, like, God, how can I put these both together?
Mhm.
Um, and now at this point, I don't care what nobody says.
Mhm.
I done got older now. I done developed my own relationship with God.
Mhm.
I know
That's
that
important.
singing R&B is not gonna take me to hell.
It is not.
It's just crazy, like to grow up like thinking like that.
Yeah.
I went to my pastor and I said, just for confirmation, I said, Pastor, am I going to hell
Mhm.
uh, for singing R&B music?
Mhm. I
And
like
he
this
said,
story.
huh? You ain't going to hell. He said, with me and my wife, he said, do you think we listen to Jesus is climbing up the rough side of the mountain? He said, no, listening to Marvin Gaye, da 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 da.
Mhm.
So that right there gave me, and I said, God, please
Mhm.
give me something. And we came up with RNG, rhythm and gospel. And it's rhythm and gospel. Um, and I just didn't want to be put in a box. I was just like,
Right.
why can't I sing about love and God at the same time
Right.
and put it together without being judged?
Because
You
love
know,
is God. God is love, literally. Right?
mm-hmm.
It's in the word.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, you can mix it. But I love the fact that you didn't allow society to put you in a box because I have this um this other person of mine and and she when I think about it, because I can sing in my fake life. I can't sing in my real life. So in my fake life, I can sing. So I'm in a shower and I'm just thinking of things like why do you have to be segregated to a certain genre, and when you want to sing something else, oh, it has to be a big thing. It's a crossover. They crossed over to pop. They crossed over to country. They crossed over to this and that and the other. I listen to all types of music. Why
Mm-hmm.
can't you have just the love of music without being
Mm-hmm.
dictated to a
Mm-hmm.
certain genre? Just
Mm-hmm.
because you're African American, black, you have to be a rapper. You have to be R&B. You have to be soul or neo soul. And
Mm-hmm.
now we have these black country artists that is getting a lot of airplay and recognition now, but it was very difficult for them, as they said in interviews, because country is not for blacks. And I'm like, okay, black people live in the country, right? You know that, right? So why does that seem odd for
Yep. And they
them to
say
sing
rap,
country?
and they say rap is not
Is
for white.
correct.
So
Correct. But
it's
we
a
have one of the
it's a
greatest white rappers, right?
Eminem.
In
Yeah. You
Eminem.
know,
So yeah,
society.
that's
You
good.
know, they I don't know who started this or where this comes from, but
Yeah.
they it's just ways out here of like it's like to keep you trapped and locked
Yeah.
into a certain thing.
Yeah. And I'm so glad you're knocking down the walls. You're breaking down the ceilings. You just
Yep,
kicking
yep,
kicking through
yep.
doors. And I
And I'm gonna
love
tell you
that.
this, it didn't start with me. So
Okay.
I give the biggest props to Kirk Franklin because
True.
Kirk started doing it
True.
with Stomp. Stomp!
That's
They was
true.
about to throw Kirk Franklin. We
Heathen.
was getting ready. We was
Yeah.
getting ready to skip God and say, God, you ain't got the judgment. We gonna do this for you. We
Mm-hmm.
putting Kirk Franklin in hell
Yeah.
uh for what he did to Stomp. But he was way above the time. Um the difference between what I'm doing and what Kirk is doing, I just think, not saying that Kirk wasn't like relatable to the hood and he wasn't in the streets and all of that stuff, but
Hmm.
I have a it's guys from the hood in the streets can look at me and say, that's me.
You're one of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's real. It's not put on. It's nothing fake about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because you living in these streets of Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
Like for real.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. So what did it take for you to actually um create this genre?
Um, a producer.
Okay.
Um, I had to when I thought about it, then I said, now I need to find the music. What
Mhm.
I need a sound that's universal,
Okay.
that explains exactly what it is, rhythm and gospel.
Mhm.
So that was really after I decided what I wanted to do, then now it's time to come up with the product. Once you discover like exactly what you want to do and how you would, now you have to produce product.
Okay.
So I said the music has to be universal,
Mhm.
not just for the church,
Mhm.
but I don't want to leave the church out either. So it
Right.
has to be able to touch the people in the
Right.
church and the people in the street. Yes. Um, so after I decided what I was gonna do, then you know, I prayed God and asked him for the music. And if you listen to it, you hear that it's universal.
Mhm. And
You
it
know,
was definitely delivered.
it's for your mom, it's for the kids, it's for the thug on the street, it's for the rapper, it's for the most holiest person, it's for the most non-holiest person. Like the
Everyone.
music is for everybody.
Mhm. Okay. All
You
right.
know,
So
so that's how,
R&G,
yeah, yeah.
rhythm and gospel from T Rex. I love that. So we ended also part one talking about the different hats as an artist that you wear, right? You
Hmm.
you write your music, you have partners, you a producer in your shows, you are a partner with other artists that you manage, you're an actor, you've played in a
Yes.
couple of plays,
Thanks to
you
thanks to you and your partner Akiva. I always knew I could act,
Akiva
but
McClam.
Akiva gave me the platform to really
Yeah.
show people that I could do it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Hmm.
And he didn't even you guys didn't even know each other, and that's what I find remarkable, that his story, with you. You can go on McClaменterpriseProductions.com, or his Facebook, to see him talk about T Rex. Um, but basically, he followed you on social
Yes.
media,
Hmm.
and then was like, let's do this. He's seen the efforts in you. You trusted
Hmm.
him. You guys, just bonded, and it was a partnership made in heaven, because you've been
Yes.
working with each other ever since, doing
Yes.
everything. I mean, you
2
guys,
2 years now. Uh, I'm
support.
I'm I'm 3 plays deep in with him.
Yeah. And upcoming web series, right? That he's working on, Life in Music. So
Life
that's
and
that's
music.
phenomenal. But you see a lot of artists, performers go into the acting realm, and you touched a little bit about that on part one, basically saying it's about the money, right?
Yep.
You can get a lot more as a actor than
Hmm.
an artist. And I
Yes.
remember who I heard that from the first time was Bow Wow.
Hmm.
Bow Wow, when he did his Fast and Furious, and his Like Mike and all of his movies that Bow Wow was in, he was like, that check is not comparable
It's
to being an
uncomparable.
artist.
Uncomparable.
Uncomparable.
Actors are making way more money than singers.
And that's
And
that's incredible.
I don't understand the logic in it still,
Right. Right.
because I think as a singer we do way more preparation. We do way more,
Yeah.
and then you go on TV and you act for an hour show and you get $1 million. You don't got to pay nobody out of, it's
Yeah.
so a lot of singers, once we get in the business and when we see that it's more money in acting,
Mhm.
we switch gears.
Mhm. Mhm.
You
Hence
know,
Will Smith. Like,
Will Smith.
when was the last time he put out an album,
Will
right?
Smith is getting millions an
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Every one episode you've seen, he was getting millions of dollars. And for a singer, we have to go on the whole tour. We got to tour
Yeah.
the whole America, and then we come home with $1 million
For
after
months, right?
6 months. Yeah.
Wow.
So, but I think naturally I think acting comes with being a singer, because we have to perform. We're on stage. We're doing a lot of videos,
That's a good
so
way to put it.
it's a lot of acting already taking place. You
That's a
know,
great way to put it. Because Michael
all.
Jackson always said, when I'm on stage, I'm somebody else. This is not who I am
Hmm.
truly when I'm on stage. So it was a entertaining act that
Yes.
he and many others will put on, but that's not who they really are. His sister Janet said the same thing, and a lot of other artists would say the same thing. This is my performance. The
Hmm.
grand B queen
And
herself.
I'm
This is a
shy to a certain
performance.
point. I'm not. If I'm comfortable with you,
Yeah.
but I feel I'm shy a little bit
Okay.
in a lot of
Just
different
a
areas.
okay.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's but
But
that's a
once I
good
hear the
point.
music, once I'm behind stage and I hear the
Uh-huh.
music come on, I
Uh-huh.
shyness goes away. I don't know. I just turn into another
You go in
person.
character.
Hmm.
I love that. I love that. That's a good way to put it. That's a great way to put it. So you already start um becoming somebody already. as a
Hmm.
performer, as an artist.
Yeah,
So
you got to do
going
videos and
into
you got to be in the videos.
that's
You know,
true.
you singing and
Yeah.
so you're already acting. So
Oh my gosh, She-Rex, that's true. When you're doing your videos, sometimes it's not even about like the essence of the song. Like it's a whole different thing.
yeah, time to perform.
Okay. That is absolutely true. So you are going into the realm of acting, even as an artist, being on stage
Hmm.
and um, doing your videos. So
Yep.
that is a logical step, I guess,
Yep.
to
Hmm.
go into plays and shows and films.
But I really would like to know why actors are so much more paid than singers. Like I
Oh,
don't
so unequal. Hmm.
why when it's the same I think amount of work, that's put in, or maybe
Yeah,
us even more.
probably
Actors
more.
you don't have to jump around on stage and sing and have breath and be able to handle a whole hour of,
Hmm.
it's just a lot more and we make a lot less. So
Okay.
mm,
That's a revelation that I don't think I've considered before.
mhm.
Why do artists get paid so much less than movie stars? Hmm, interesting. Okay. So what other hats?
You know what?
Excuse
I'm
me.
gonna I'm gonna ask that question on my Facebook today and see
Okay.
what's the answers that I get.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Because
Because
that's interesting.
I think it needs to be changed
Yeah,
sometime.
absolutely. Absolutely. Because we listen to you guys all day. Like,
Yeah.
soon as I wake
But
up,
see, what people don't
I'm putting
realize
on
is
music.
that, and now artists are starting to protest it. Kanye
Yeah.
West has a new album
Mhm.
coming out, and he said, "I'm not giving it to iTunes." He
Okay.
said, I'm not giving it to Spotify. I'm not giving it to none of y'all because y'all take the music and then y'all give me 2 to 3 cents. Sometimes it's not even a cent. It's a negative .000 cent for every listen. So
Wow.
out of 1 million listens, you'll get $500. But you got to get to 1 million to get five. You know. So Kanye said, "This is my
Wow.
new album. I ain't giving it to y'all. I'm putting it on my own platform." And then yesterday I seen a article. Now
Mhm.
Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre have pulled all their music off of Spotify and iTunes so that they
Good.
are able to reap with
Yeah,
their song. We,
absolutely.
we put all this work into our music and we give it out there, and then we give it to these companies, and they
Yeah.
give us pennies, and
Yeah.
they take all the rest of the money.
Yeah. And they do nothing. Wow. Okay. So that's a insight that we didn't have before.
Yeah, and
That
that's
that's
going on
good
right
to
now
know.
as we speak. Artists are realizing
Mhm.
the independency and that we put so much work into our music and stuff like that, and then to get pennies
Mhm.
off of every sale, pennies,
Negative penny.
negative
Wow.
penny. So
Wow.
it has to amount up to millions before you can even get like
A
um
couple dozen.
yeah.
That's crazy. But the world of social media has changed the game, right? There's
Yeah.
a lot
Independent,
less control and more
indep, indep,
independence.
independency. But what the government is going to do, what the white man going to do, whenever he see independency and he sees that people are able to make money without them, they
Mhm.
shut it down and figure out a way that they could control it.
Of course. Of course. Now you can't they're going to say you can't play your music on your own Facebook page or your own
Right,
Instagram page or something like
right,
that. Even if you own it, they're going to have, like, you're right. They're going to have some kind of stipulation to keep you from doing that. Okay. So yeah, that's very interesting. That would be a great question for you to pose on your
yeah.
platform. Okay, so you are also an actor doing plays and upcoming web series, but you said also that you were a partner. You were managing, or you are managing, but as
Yes.
opposed to being a manager, you said that you wanted to partner.
Yes.
Why did you make that decision?
So I tell people this: when you have to be smart when you're getting into business with people,
Mhm.
because there's for hire
Okay.
and then there's partnerships.
Okay.
So
And we
with
talked
me,
about for hire on part 1.
yes,
Mhm.
if I really believe in something, I want to be a part of something, I want to be a partner in it, not a manager,
Okay.
not somebody that you can hire and fire, so that
Mhm.
I'm more personal and hands on with what's going on.
Okay.
You know
Being
what I'm
truly
saying?
invested,
Yes.
right? Being
Yes.
truly invested in what the other person is doing.
Yes. Yes. So when
Okay.
I got my first artist, Shalik, hi
Okay.
Shalik,
Hey, Shalik.
Shalik, amazing artist, 2 top 10 Billboard records, Soul Train, Billboard, you know,
Doing big
nominee.
things.
Yep, yep. Now he's acting
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
figures,
Hence the
you know,
transition, right?
because he sees that is more money over there. Ah,
Okay.
when I got into a Shalik, he's also my best friend.
Oh,
And I
okay.
said, you know what? If I manage you, that position can come and go.
Mm.
If you somebody assistant, that position can come and go.
Can come and go.
If you somebody, whatever you are, to somebody that they're hiring you and paying you to be, that position can come and it can go.
Okay.
I can get another manager.
Mhm.
I can get another
Mhm.
whatever I'm getting. People can I can rotate, I can fluctuate. But when you are partnership with somebody, it's ownership.
Okay.
So you can't fire me because
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm a partner. This is what we have together.
Okay.
And that's just a revelation that God gave me. So a lot of times when I go into business with people, I'll say, let me partner up with you.
Mhm.
Don't hire
Mhm.
me. Because I mean you can fire me.
Mhm.
You can go and find you another assistant. Maybe somebody better than me. There's no Word, Excel, know how they might be more better than I am.
Right.
But with
But
partnership, it's ownership.
mhm.
And that's what we want to be leaned more towards ownership,
Okay.
not for hire.
Okay. I like that. That's a different concept that I didn't think about as an artist. You're gonna partner with your artist
Yeah.
as opposed to being a
And
manager.
not even as an artist in anything you're doing.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
I don't want you to hire me. If I truly believe in what I'm doing, I want partnership. I want
Mhm.
ownership in what's going on. So that at
Mhm.
the end of the day, if I put all this hard work into something, you can and I yeah, Mary said, I was your lover and your secretary, working every day of the week. Was that the job when no one else was there? Helping you get
11 years. Oh, I'm sorry.
for
Yeah.
hire.
You sacrificed
You don't
11
you don't want to
years
put 11 years into something and all your
and
time
then it's
and
done.
energy into something, and then this person gets a big head or they get this big
Mhm.
ego because they're making meals and they go, you know what?
Mhm.
I don't need you
Yeah,
anymore.
later for you. That's
But if
true.
we but if we partners and we had a partnership and have ownership in it, you can't just let me go. We have to now sit down at the table
Yeah, we
and
gotta
discuss
talk about this.
how this is going to end.
We had some splaining to do.
Hmm.
Okay.
And some money to pay up, especially if I put
Yeah.
my and my hard work and time invested into things. So
Okay.
partnership is to me the way to go with a lot. Unless you're trying to make a few dollars. If you're just doing something, you're trying to make a few dollars, da da da. But I'm talking about like serious projects and serious people that you're working with, the things that you're working with. Don't
Yeah.
hire me. Let's
Yeah.
partnership.
Let's partner in this. I like that.
Hmm.
I like that. Okay. So yeah, so we talked about some things that we couldn't get into last time on part 1 and part 2 your revelation of R&G, rhythm and gospel, right? The transition that
Hmm.
some performers and artists take from being on singing on the stage, then playing on the stage as an actor, and then the multiple hats that you have to put on
Hmm.
as an artist. What were you thinking of about? What else could you share after we did part 1 that you was like, oh, I wish I would have mentioned this.
Um, I think we
We covered.
it yeah, we covered. It's so much.
Okay.
It's hard to lock it down into two parts and 30-minute interviews.
Yeah.
But what I want to set up with you on Akiva, I do want to do a workshop
Okay.
where because a lot of artists out here are totally oblivious or oblivious. What's the word?
Oblivious.
Okay, look, I could pull out a word when I want to pull it out.
Look at you with your
To,
thesaurus.
to the behind the scenes and actually what it takes to be an artist and be in the business.
Okay.
And when you sign a record deal, these guys ain't about to school you on
Absolutely.
how to be successful and what to do. You know,
Absolutely.
they act like they're your best friend
Mhm.
because it's business. You making them a dollar.
Mhm.
As soon
Mhm.
as that dollar go a little short, they go, okay, on to the next. And you be like, but I thought RCA Records, I thought you
You
guys
left me.
support me.
No,
You
it's
know,
all about the money.
so I really do want to do a workshop where we invite artists out, people out, and just give them what we doing right now.
Yeah.
Just giving people information, which
Yeah.
I wish I would have got when I first started.
Absolutely. So what I'm hearing, I have another homework project.
Hmm.
So the first time we did part 1. He was like, "Oh no, we got to do a part 2." Now we're about to do this workshop, and I love that idea. We're
Yeah.
expanding what we're doing right here on Business Mindset with SheABOS,
Yeah.
and actually bringing people in. And T Rex, that's the main reason why I'm doing what I'm doing in this podcast, to share that information, like you just said.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
people don't know how to get into all of these different businesses. There's so many different industries since 2000 last year, 2021, when I started this podcast. I have talked to so many different industries, and I try to find unique businesses that people have, um, that other people might want to get into and not know exactly what to do. So that is exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing here. So yeah,
Hmm.
the natural next step is to, yeah, let's do some workshops.
Yeah. When
Let's
God
do a
gives us
workshop.
something, man, it's our responsibility to teach others. You know,
Absolutely.
we gotta let
Absolutely.
these people, these young kids coming up let them know the truth.
Right. This
If you
this is
see
what this is
you
the
see the
real.
music, you see people in the music videos, the cars and houses, they don't know that it's not theirs. They
Right.
don't know that the clothes they come and give you, they give it to you. Then as soon as you done, they
Put it
take them
back
right
on the
back.
hanger, sir.
Yeah. So it's just a lot to it. So when you
Okay.
go into something with the right mind frame, you can understand what it is and you can be better at it.
Mhm. Mhm. Because again, it's a business. It is a business that you have to understand
Yes.
what you're going into. and you
Yes.
you have to equip yourself.
Yep.
Okay, let's do it. It's
We're
it's
gonna
on
do it.
it's on my plan now. It's on my
This this
roster.
this summer we're gonna do it. Me,
Okay.
you, and the key. Let's get together.
All right. He
Do a
calls
little
me his Olivia. Like, handle it.
do a
All
little
right.
workshop.
Handle.
And and when you bless others, God will bless you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Well, T
I
Rex is
love
in
you. I'm
Atlanta.
on the road, so it's a lot
Yeah,
going
he's
on.
on the
But
road. He's doing his
I'm
thing.
handling.
I'm so grateful that he gave me his time. Like, I know his arm is real strong right now because he was literally holding holding the screen the whole time. So I thank you, sir, for being here, for giving me your time, for wanting to do this part two with me. I
No problem.
appreciate you so much. I can't wait to see you in a couple of months. We
Yeah,
already had
April
that
April
nailed
23rd.
down.
We
April
on and
twenty
popping.
third.
Maryland, I'm there. I'll see
We're
you.
there, and I love that you can always be there. For him, Akiva, when he calls. So
Akiva is
we
the
appreciate that.
one of the best guys in the world.
He's a great guy.
We've been friends probably almost 5 years, 5 years now, and
Yeah,
just an amazing guy, man.
absolutely,
Yep.
absolutely. I adhere to that as well. Okay, so we will let you go again. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Love
Look
you.
forward to part one,
Hmm.
part two, and the workshop to come because he already
Yeah.
said we gonna
Yep.
do it. So
Yep.
I'm put that on my project list. So safe travels to you, T Rex. Love you, man. Thank you so much.
All right.
I'll talk
Goodbye,
to you
guys.
soon.
Yep.